Hello YouTube, this is Bash bringing here for the 5th and final pool battle of the MPL tryout tournament. We are up against Fogs or Keegan. Apologies if I sound a little funny or if I missay some words because I just actually had a cavity filled, so it's a little numb still, so it might be messing up some words and stuff, so apologies in advance. But Fox team consists of Zygarde, Mega Mawile, Thundurus Incarnate, Keldeo, Florges, Silvally, Alolan Persian, Gligar, Chansey, Alolan Raichu, Ferrothorn, and Pachirisu. I can't even say it right now. His Z-Captains being Zygarde and Alolan Raichu. My team consists of Victini, Suicune, Kommo-o, Sylveon, Nidoking, Raikou, Mega Aerodactyl, Registeel, Sneasel, and Lurantis. Z-Captains being Kommo-o, Sneasel, and Lurantis. So this match is like a must-win match for us. I believe. It actually depends on how Keegan and Kraken Nation do for the rest of their matches. But if Keegan just wins out, I don't make the battle pool. I don't make the bracket stage. So I'm gonna need to win this game in order to do that. He's got a very interesting team. He's got 2 parting shot users, which is very interesting to notice. He's got like a lot of weaknesses to ice. He's got 2 really bulky wish passers. He's got really good breakers and setup options. So it's a very interesting team. But if you look right at it, there's no T-Spike Absorber, which I love the fact that he doesn't have that, because that means T-Spikes are so free this match. And his way of probably getting rid of it is probably Gligar, Florges, or Silvally. I don't think Thundee will be defogged. And Silvally and Florges, I'm really happy with getting getting poisoned. And Gligar, the mon that gets T-Spikes on my team is Nidoking, who could absolutely obliterate Gligar with Ice Beam. So I really like this match. But also the notice is that the 2 parting shot users, I'm not sure if they will be actually running parting shot, because if they do, Lurantis takes full advantage of that and gets a boost due to the contrary. So that's very interesting to know. He's gonna have a lot of problems with Ice Shard priority from Sneasel also, which is kind of it. But he also has a really good checks into it, as Mega Mawile and Keldeo are really scary for that. Yeah, so let's go into the team I'm bringing. We got Nidoking here, first one up. T-Spikes, Ice Beam, Sludge Wave, Earth Power. This thing hits his team really hard. The only thing that walls this is probably the Chansey, which I have other mons to take advantage of Chansey, so I'm not really that worried. But yeah, this thing really takes advantage of a lot of his mons and hits his team really hard. Ice Beam hits Zygarde. Mega Mawile gets one shot by Earth Power. Even if it's pretty much max HP, max Spadef, he has a chance to get one shot anyway by Earth Power with this set. So that's really good. Thundurus gets destroyed by Ice Beam. Keldeo gets hit really hard by Earth Power, Sludge Wave. Florges gets just hit really hard by Sludge Wave. Silvally, depending on the typing, I could hit it pretty hard though, I think. Alolan Persian, yeah, I could hit it really hard unless it's AV. Gligar completely destroyed. Chansey is the only thing that really walls the thing. Alolan Raichu gets destroyed by Earth Power. Ferrothorn gets hit really hard by Earth Power, and Pachirisu gets OHKO by Earth Power. So Nidoking looks like a really good bring for this match, especially if I get T-Spikes up. Because if I get T-Spikes up and wear down Florges and stuff like that, and Zygarde, it's gonna have a really difficult time setting up on me. So that's something to keep in mind. Then we got a Suicune here with a Rest, Sleep Talk, Roar, Scald. Suicune actually is here to help with a couple of things like Zygarde, Mega Mawile. It could help with some of his stall mons as well. Although he does have a couple ways to pressure this with Thundee and Alolan Raichu, and I guess Pachirisu if you really want to consider it. But this thing, other than that, he's able to deal with most of his team. pretty well. And if Suicune goes down, I could just bring in, if Mega Mawa is able to take this thing down, I'm able to bring in Nidoking and always revenge with Earth Power. So that's really good to keep in mind. It's just a really good generic set for this match. It's really here to help with Zygarde. So then we got Mega Aerodactyl here with an Earthquake, Ice Fang, Taunt, Roost. No stab coverage this week. Ice Fang hits his team really hard along with Earthquake coverage. And Taunt is really good for dealing with his walls. So I can 1v1 Florges with this. Moonblast only does like 30%. So if I get, I could taunt it, stop him from wish passing or statusing me, and I could just roost up and just roost stall it, and then keep clicking Earthquake or Ice Fang. Thundurus pretty much dies to Ice Fang, pretty close to it. Mega Mawa gets hit really bad by Earthquake. Zygarde gets destroyed by Ice Fang. Silvally, I can taunt it from before clicking Parting Shot, so that's really good, as well as a Alolan Persian. Gligar, I could taunt it because this thing could literally 1v1 Gligar unless it has, I believe Gligar has Stone Edge, maybe, depending. So that's really cool to notice. Chansey, this gets this wall's chance. This could be Chansey 1v1. Alolan Raichu, this could be Alolan Raichu 1v1 also, as long as it's not Scarf, because Scarf, which if he does bring Alolan Raichu, I expect it to be Scarf 100%. I don't think it will be any other set, just for FYI. Ferroseed, I don't really can beat that set, but I have other mons I could beat that, and Pachirisu I could beat with this set too. So this thing is really good for this match. I'm running more like defensive this week to help with wearing down his walls and stuff, so that's really good, I think. This is actually a set I brought that Crypto and I worked on, so I think it's gonna really turn out to work out really well. I'm going to skip over this mon for real quick and go to Bella here. We got Wish Protect, Baton Pass, Hyper Voice, Sylveon with leftovers. This thing is able to two-shot Thundy I believe, if it's not HP invested. And this thing is able to deal with Thundy I. I don't think Thundy I will be a setup mon because it's going to have a really difficult time because it's going to have a 4 move slot syndrome, as if it wants to set up, it's going to have to be Agility in order to beat a Mega Aerodactyl. It's going to have to be Nasty Plot in order to beat Sylveon. It's also going to have to and it's going to have a good coverage move like Sludge Wave. It's also going to need Psychic for Nidoking, and then it's probably going to want Thunderbolt for like Suicune and Mega Arrow. So like it's really trying to deal with coverage this week. It's going to have a difficult time with picking out which he wants to bring. So he might actually bring a Scarf set or something like that instead. So that's very interesting to know. But this thing is really good, and the only thing that really can wall this, Chansey and Mega Mawa switch into this, but I could just Baton Pass out on their switch in and get into a mon that I really feel comfortable with bringing in, such as Nidoking against a Mega Mawa. I could bring in Mega Aerodactyl or some other mons that you'll see in the future, Chansey or stuff like that, so that's really good. Then we got Lurantis here, which actually has a really good matchup. If you looked at his team before, he has no fire types, no ice types, no bug types, no, did I say no fire types? I said fire, bug, poison, ice, and his 2 flying types are not really known for running stab flying, like Gligar and Thundurus Eye. So this thing has a really good matchup, and also this investment allows me to take 2 HP Ice Life Orbs from Thundy Eye, I believe, and this thing could set up along with Zygarde, so this thing could 1v1 Zygarde as well as a lot of other mons. And this thing could actually beat Mega Mawa too. So this thing is really good this match, as long as he doesn't bring Toxic or something like that, or some sort of like Roar set as well. So that's really good to know. This thing also provides a soft check to some of the other mons that in case Suicune goes down, this thing could help with Zygarde still, and this thing could help with Thundy as well. And getting knockoff pressure is always nice for like Gligar and Chansey. So, and last but not least, I'll go back to this mon. We got Terminator here with Dragon Dance, Close Combat, Ice Punch, Poison Jab. The way the speed tiers worked, I'm able to run a very, very bulky Como, which is really good, I think, for taking hits and stuff like that. And this is basically speed creeping max speed Mega Mawa, because I don't expect Speedy Gligar or Florges, which is the 2 mons that are in between Como and Mega Mawa on speed tiers. So I'm running to, enough speed to outspeed max speed Mega Mawa, and if I D-dance, I could just take this game. There's pretty much there's like if I get a +1, close combat has a chance to Oko Mega Mawa. Close combat destroys Keldeo. Zygarde gets one shot by Ice Punch. Thundereye gets one shot by Ice Punch. Silvally, depending on which one it is, it can get pretty much destroyed by this. Alone Persian gets destroyed by close combat. Gligar gets pretty much it gets hit pretty hard by Ice Punch. It doesn't get Oko at +1, I think, but depending on the set though. If it's very physically defensive, it doesn't. But this thing, Gligar can't really do anything back to this, so that's really good to note. Chansey gets destroyed by this. Alolan Raichu gets destroyed by Ice Punch or Poison Jab, I believe. Ferrocy gets destroyed by close combat, and Pachirisu gets absolutely annihilated. And Florges gets pretty much, I think there's a little chip damage on Florges, and that thing goes down. So, that should not be up there. Forgot to do that. Okay, so Como I think has a really good matchup with that kind of mind. I believe Bulletproof is probably the best to go with. I didn't even notice if it does. I might change it to Soundproof depending on what I look at. I'll let you know before I'll let you know when I record the match if I decide to do Bulletproof or Soundproof. So that's really good. I don't actually expect Florges to come. It doesn't really do much, and it's able to get pretty much destroyed by a lot of my mons. So that's really good to know. That's probably the best, and that's probably his best way of beating Como. So if you or Scarf Alolan Raichu, which is why I might expect that to come. So I really feel really I do feel really confident about this team. I have the game plan down. I know what I have to do in order to win this game. So hopefully we are able to execute it out pretty well. I'm not sure if he's going to bring Ferrocy this match, because if he sets up Spikes and I set up T-Spikes, I think T-Spikes are worse against him than Spikes are against me. And I'm not really that worried, because then that means his only way of removal for his hazards are Defoggers and Silvally, Florges, and Gligar, which if he brings Defog, I expect Silvally or Gligar to have a Defog this match, because I don't really expect Florges to come, but I still prepared for it. But that's really good to note, meaning that if he starts to hazard stack me, I can hazard stack him back with T-Spikes. So I think that's a pretty good trade-off for me, especially if that means that it wears down Zygarde, it wears down Keldeo and Florges, and all his bulky walls like Chansey. It causes them not to be able to sit there and just wall. So there's not much to say. Thank you for watching this video, and the match will go up tomorrow. So until then, bash.